to your mat. We will get started here. Let's find our way to a nice, tall, easy seat, whatever feels good for you today. Maybe those ankles are crossed, maybe not. Drop those shoulders nice and low. Blink the eyes closed if it feels okay to do that. And let's turn our focus to that breath. Allow it to naturally slow and deepen. Allow that mind to maybe slow down, clear out a little bit. And being the start of a new month, as that mind clears, maybe give the mind a little bit of permission to bring forward a mantra, something for this coming month that you want to cultivate, that you want to manifest. Something repeatable you can bring with us through the practice. 2 more breaths here. And on that inhale, we're going to reach tall, stretch toward the sky. On that exhale, we'll twist to the right hand behind us, left hand toward that right knee, staying tall in the spine as we twist. Inhale, we'll reach up tall through center. And we'll exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reaching tall through center. We'll take a lateral. Plant that right hand, sweep the left up and over, and make some space. Feel that stretch all down the side body. On the inhale, we'll flow through center with that mantra. Plant that left hand, sweep the right, open up on this side. And as you come through center, we're going to bring those hands out in front and hinge it forward. Just walk those hands as far forward as feels okay. Anchored in the sit bones, we'll hang the head, tuck that chin. And then walking those hands back underneath, let's bring ourselves to a tabletop next, hands and knees. And we'll circle the hips here. Start whichever direction you want to first, big or small circles. We'll switch directions, circling the other way. And then we'll come to neutral and we'll cat and cow with the breath. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling to round for that cat. Really round the spine, tuck the chin, press the mat away on that cat. Inhale, lift that gaze, drop the belly button. One more. Turning to neutral. We're going to extend that left foot with the foot flexed, pull that core in, and we'll reach out with that right arm. With the breath, we're going to float. On the exhale, pull the belly button in, draw elbow and knee towards one another under the body. Use your inhales to reach long. Exhale to come under. Inhale to reach long. Two more. And we'll release. Switching sides. right leg, left arm. And with that breath, we'll flow. Exhale under. Inhale, reach. Two more. And release. All right, let's walk those hands to the top. Spread those fingers, tuck the toes, and we'll find our first down dog. Get settled in here. Bend one knee, then the other. Bend both knees. On that inhale, we'll gaze at the top, travel to the top of our mat, and into a ragdoll. You can hang heavy, relax that head. Grab opposite elbows if you want to sway a little. Come back to that mantra, a couple of breaths. And as we release, we're going to roll all the way up into our mountain, rolling out those shoulders here at the top. And switch directions, roll those shoulders forward. And then anchored, settled in our mountain. On that inhale, we're going to sweep up tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips. We'll fold, plant the hands, step back to our plank. Using our exhale, we'll lower down with control. Inhale, lifting the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, we'll send it up and back. Down dog. All right, inhale, we'll travel to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall. Exhale, folding, stepping back to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. On that inhale, we'll travel to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall. Exhale, folding, stepping back to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, up and back. Down dog. Inhale, step walker hop to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall. Exhale, folding, coming to our plank. Exhale, lowering with control. Inhaling, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, up and back. Down dog. Inhale, traveling to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall. One more. Exhale, folding, coming to that plank. Using our exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, down dog. We're going to take our right foot, step it between those hands, up at the top of the mat, coming to a runner's lunge, finding that lunge stance here first. Then we're going to drop the left leg all the way down to a low lunge, trying to keep that right angle here in that front right leg. And we're going to walk those hands and hips back, pull our right toes up toward the sky, scoot forward if you need to. We want that right leg to be straight-ish. We'll fold forward, keeping those hips lifted, breathing into the back of that right leg. We're going to walk back to our low lunge. We'll tuck the left toes, get a little bit of height, and step it back to our down dog. Lifting those hips, nice length in the back. And we'll take the left foot, stepping it between the hands at the top of the mat. We're walking it up there, finding our lunge, and lowering the right leg to low lunge. And then we'll shift those hands and hips back, pull the left toes up, folding forward. And we'll walk it back to that lunge, tuck those right toes, and step it back, down dog. And we're going to take those knees nice and wide, touch the toes, sink back into a child's pose, breathing into the hips, the breath across the lower back, coming back to our mantra. One more breath. And on that inhale, we're going to flow forward. Exhale, up and back, down dog. On that inhale, we'll travel to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep it tall. Exhale, folding, stepping back to our plank. On that exhale, we'll lower. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, sending it up and back to that down dog. We'll take that right foot again, stepping it forward to our lunge. Lowering that left leg to our low lunge. Walking our hands and hips back for split prep. Pull those right toes up, hinge forward. And we'll walk back to our low lunge. We're going to take that back left foot. Picking it up, we're going to bring it across the wide edge of our mat. And we're going to open up to that wide edge for gate, fully extending that right leg, arms to that T. We'll slide down the right leg, the left arm up and over. Through center, we'll lower those left fingers. We'll sweep the right arm. Feel that length, that stretch. Maybe breathe in that mantra here as you feel that opening. And we'll make our way back to center. Take your time. We'll turn back toward that right foot, back to our low lunge. And in that right foot, we're going to walk to the far right edge of our mat, both hands to the inside of that right foot for lizard. If you want to lower to the forearms here, feel free. One more breath. And walking that right foot back to center, we'll tuck the left toes. And we'll find our way to down dog. You could add the bottom of your salutation if you want to here. rolling to that plank. Exhaling to lower. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, send it back. Down dog. And we'll take the other side. Left foot is going to step to the top, finding that lunge. Now we'll lower to our low lunge. Walking hands and hips back, pulling the left toes up, hinging forward toward that left leg. And we'll walk it back. Low lunge, we'll take that right foot, bring it across that wide edge. We'll open up to the wide edge for our gate on this side, sliding down that left leg first, right arm up and over. Through center, lowering the right fingers, sweep the left. And back to center, take your time, turning toward the left foot, back to our low lunge first. And then to our lizard, walking the left foot to the left edge of the mat. Breathe slow and steady. One more breath. And then we'll walk that left foot back to the center. Tuck the right toes, send it back. Down dog. Feel free again if you want to add the bottom of your salutation. And then as you're ready, taking those knees wide, we'll sink it back. Find that child's pose, settle in. We'll walk those hands off to the left. Open up that right side of the bottom. And we'll come through center, walk those hands off to the right. Open up the left side. Back to center. And on that inhale, one more time, we're going to flow forward, exhale, up and back, down dog. We'll travel to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping tall. On that exhale, we're going to draw our hands to heart center. We're going to anchor in that left foot. Pull that core in nice and tight and start to draw that right knee out in front. Maybe you can use the hands to pull it up and in a little bit more. If you want, you could come into standing pigeon where you open up that knee, grab a hold of that right foot, pull that leg up and in, whatever feels good here, finding that focal point, keeping that breath. If you're in pigeon, we'll gently release the foot and then lower our right leg down, shake things out a little bit. Maybe circle that left ankle. And then we'll switch sides. Anchoring down. Now in that right foot, we're going to slowly draw the left knee up and in. Maybe to a standing pigeon on this side if we want. And release that left foot if you have it. Slowly lower that left leg. Again, we'll shake things out a little bit. Circle out that right ankle. We'll find our mountain. Nice and tall, rooted. Breathe in that mantra here. Last couple of breaths as we're standing. And then we'll inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, folding one more time. Step back to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, up and back. Down dog. Now we'll drop those knees nice and wide. Find one more child's pose where we can slow things down. Breathe deeply across the lower back. Maybe channel that mantra. And on our inhale, we're going to come through that tabletop into seated and actually roll all the way down onto our back. We'll get settled here. A little bridge work first. So we're going to plant those feet about hips distance apart in toward the sit bones. Relaxed arms by our side. Soften the face and chest. We'll press, lift, squeeze at the top. Take your time, slowly lowering all the way back down. If you want to make your bridge a little harder, just don't lower all the way down, kind of hover just off the mat, and then press back up. Couple more. Last one. Pressing up. And slowly lowering down. Settling that back. We'll windshield wiper the knees side to side, back and forth. And we'll drop the knees to the left. Settling in here, you can goalpost the arms and tip the gaze to the right. And move up through center. Drop those knees to the right, the gaze to the left. And we'll come back into center. We're going to pull that right knee into chest. Extend the left leg nice and long. And we'll draw some nice big leg circles here. Start whichever direction you want to first. And we'll switch directions the other way. And then a nice big squeeze in for that stretch. We'll switch sides. We'll pull the left leg in. Making sure those legs are good and stretched out for the month ahead. Drawing those circles now with the left leg. We'll switch directions. Give it a good squeeze in. And as we release this left leg, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall open for a reclined bound angle. Relaxing here. Slowing the breath. Returning first to that mantra. Sometimes here, people might like to stack palms of the hands on top of the heart center. Breathing in that mantra as we stretch. 2 more. Nice big deep breaths here. Maybe first relaxing the arms by your sides if they're not already there. And then we'll slowly extend those legs and make our way into our Shavasana. Use any props you want to. Walk those shoulder blades nice and low. Settle the back body. And continue with that slow, deep, steady breath. a few more breaths here. Making your way back into your body. Breathing that mantra in a few more times maybe before we come back to the world. Starting to invite some movement, fingers, toes. And then as you're ready, planting the feet, we'll make our way to either side, to the left or to the right, sealing in all the good of our practice, thanking ourselves for coming, preparing for a wonderful month ahead, exhaling out anything we don't want to take with us into this new month. And then returning to that nice, tall, easy seat, settled in the sit bones, tall in the spine, soft in the shoulders, slow in the breath. Thank you so much for sharing practice today. Namaste.